Good morning from our third park on the trip, Heide Park.
Heide Park.
Very cute entrance, very German. We'd love to see it.
It's nice. They're letting everyone in early, like into the plaza.
Yeah, this is nice. So we can kind of prepare on where we want to go first. We're gonna go to Prefabricated and Flug the Dämonen first.
Yeah.
And then we will head towards other rides in the park. But we're glad to be here. The drive was really pleasant. We stayed in Hamburg last night.
It was pleasant. It was short. It was only 45 minutes.
It was only like 45 minutes. We had a little typical side of the freeway breakfast. It was very nice. Look at all them. Look at the ride logos and the Lego.
This is a Merlin park, so they've got really cool merch here.
And of course Legos, because Merlin.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like they're actually holding us up here. Kind of like a road drop kind of moment.
We love that.
So we'll just wait for them to open the gates. We're only a few minutes away from park opening, so get ourselves positioned. Oh no, there's people everywhere.
This is so cute. Reminds me of World Joyland's opening processional.
We just got our first ride of the day, Krake, which is the park's dive coaster.
It's just right there.
We weren't actually planning on riding it first. We were actually had our eyes set on, we mentioned earlier, Prefabricated, but there was no line, so we just jumped right in. And we are continuing our journey through the park now.
We're heading up to Transylvania.
So now we'll actually I think we're going to actually prioritize Flug the Dämonen because it didn't have much of a line. But yeah, background here, Krake, great little dive coaster. I mean, it's a small dive coaster, so there's not much to talk about. But I really enjoyed it, very smooth.
Theme aspects are cute.
Exactly, thematically it's a highlight because going through that Kraken mouth, whatever you want to call it, into the ship, it also has a splashdown. And the splashdown is at the bottom of the first drop, which means that when you get into the inversion, the water really gets close to you.
You take the dive move and the water's like right there. It's awesome.
Exactly. So now we're on our way to the next coaster.
Oh, it's right here. Just the entrance.
The park is looking fresh this morning. Alright, let's look to the Dämonen time. So we just rode Flug the Dämonen, absolutely incredible wind coaster. One of our favorites. It's really hard to rank wind coasters because they're all so good.
Love them all.
But this one is also very good and probably the most compact of them all. The fact that it fits 9 major elements into a plot that's on the hillside over a Bob Bobsled is just absolutely impressive.
I think it's the most disorienting of the wind coasters.
For sure. It's also one of those wind coasters where like a lot of turns are right, so if you can ride on the right side, but they will dictate where you sit. They will not allow you to pick any row.
Both, because we rode front left and back right, and I liked both of our rides equally.
I like both a lot too.
They're very even.
Great ride. Airtime on the wind coaster.
Oh, great airtime.
It's only a few of them that have airtime. There is the Phoenix at Toverland, and of course there is Flug the Dämonen.
Yeah.
Those have really good airtime.
Yeah.
Overall, great ride. Now we're on to Prefabricated. Next ride that we just did is
Prefabricated. Formerly Prefabricated.
amazing, very long Bob Bobsled coaster. And when I say very long, I mean very long, like Trasura long, maybe even longer than Trasura. It's amazing. So it starts off with a lift hill, a small one, and then you have, because you're on top of the hillside, you have a long winding way down, including an indoor section of the ride, which is really awesome.
It's Ninja at Magic Mountain, but a bobsled.
And then at the end of the rides, you come back up. Maybe not able to hurt us right now because,
Yeah, the bobsled is
going by.
Itself known.
There it is. Our buddy Bobsled. Weather isn't perfect for this kind of filming, so if the quality turns out shit, guys, I apologize. But overall,
super satisfying.
Incredible.
Amazing. Better than my ride I had on it in 2013. The vehicles on these will rattle if they're not full. So I rode by myself in 2013 and my car like vibrated the whole way. This time we rode together, 500 pounds of coaster enthusiast in one vehicle, and it was smooth as glass.
And admittedly, I think it's actually, I know it's my favorite of the bobsled coasters.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
it's awesome, but it's not.
I think most people either, when we asked this question last week on social media, most people answered either Trastura or Boban, referring to this one, because nobody's referring to one at Heide Park, but
the maintenance
really
bar
great
and stuff for the ride is nestled at the very bottom, just beautifully.
Yeah, here's the ride on the side of the hill, so yes, you can walk all the way under and around it, which we'll be doing later in this vlog.
Yeah.
So make sure you stick around for that. Follow us, subscribe, all the good stuff. Here's the Schweizer Bobbahn going into the final brakes over there, and then it comes all the way around over here, which we can wait for it for a second.
Yeah. It has 4 trains: gray, black, orange, and blue.
Correct.
Gray and blue we're running today.
Here's the other one going up the lift.
The one's already at the top of the lift there.
And here's the other one coming by at the end of its run.
Just a really cool, like, best case scenario kind of thing.
And the scenery here is beautiful. So yeah, you can walk all the way around this ride, which is really exciting. Overall, this awesome ride. Big highlight of the park so far. I don't expect much else to top this side of the park, but either way,
you don't think
great
the
stuff.
will be better?
Yeah, I don't think the SOC will be my fave, but who knows? El Condor did pretty good a couple days ago, so. All right, guys, we're gonna ride this monstrosity, and we'll see you later.
We survived the meet.
So actually, this SLC over here has received a lot more crap than most SLCs. I don't know what they did to it. The wheels looked very cool and spectacular. So maybe they have some really nice wheels on it. But that was running so well. One of the
front seat,
best SLCs I've ever been on.
and it was miles better.
And I was not expecting that whatsoever. I was expecting absolute hell. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and film it real quick because it's on the lift. And because the same color scheme as everything else here, because Heide Park is in like a nature district, so everything to do has to be like a proof painting. Most rides are green and white. So all right, here comes Limit. You reached your limit yet? Ha ha ha. Funny jokes. Sort of Top Gunny theme it has. Good vibes overall. We're excited. Next up on our grand loop around Heide Park is Colossos Kampf der Giganten, which is the relaunch of that intimate prefab wooden coaster with record-breaking steel angle 4 wooden coaster drop back in it today, right in front of us. So we're looking forward to riding that. Any more big loop coming up? No big loop. Park is pretty, very, very pretty. Lots of old German infrastructure vibes, which is kind of nice. Some new themes here and there, but overall very pleasant. Alright, we'll catch you guys at the next ride. We just did the two Intamins in the park, which means we just rode Desert Race, the Intamin launched hydraulic launch
figure 8 coaster.
Quite good actually. I mean, the launch wasn't quite nearly as intense as I thought it would be or how I remember it looking, but it was fun. It was great. Quite intense. Has a couple I through 5 seconds at the bottom of the second turnaround. Let's talk about Colossos though.
Colossus was good.
Colossus Confetti Giganten is like the new theme they did. So, you know, Colossus stood dormant for a couple years, and so now the relaunch of it's like, hey, this giant beast is trying to kill it. Only you and your screams can save Colossus from this fiery beast. Quite a vibe. It was fun. We waited for row 3 because they're only running one train. The whole station was full. Front row would have probably cost extra 30 to 40 minutes.
Row 3 was great.
But row 3 was awesome.
Magic seat, you know.
Stadium seating.
Yeah, we waited 2 trains instead of 7.
Amazing views of the ride. Intensity-wise, it's good.
It's still good. It's like a gentler.
It's not quite El Toro, but yeah, exactly. But it's a really fun ride. I really enjoyed it. Now we're walking towards the last of our major coasters we got to ride, which is Big Loop. The Vekoma double loop, double cork, and then over here we have an older part of Heide Park, which has the Gothenblitz roller coaster, if that's what it's called still,
and that very
and a rapids ride.
With the waterfall.
But overall landscaping really cute. Park in general is in good shape. I mean, there really aren't any European parks that don't look pretty good.
Yeah.
Some of the ex-American parks look a little rough because the infrastructure put in was very cheap. But overall landscaping is always a plus. These parks always look amazing. And this is of course no exception. On to Big Loop.
Here we are at the Cowboys and Indians themed area of Heide Park. Very European. The park is so quiet today, Sean decided to get his kitty credit on the Native American roller coaster. I have my credit from 2013. So I'm just watching the stuff and taking the opportunity to film my 6'6" husband on a roller coaster intended for children. Although this is actually a pretty decent sized coaster for a kiddie coaster. It's a zero force coaster, so they build fairly large rides with this ride system. He doesn't look too uncomfortable, so he's having a good time. Hey, 2 laps around.
So we're taking a little time for lunch. So in true new Western European fashion, there's lots of veggie options. So we both got the Sir Veggie Pirate Burger.
That's so cute.
Quite cute.
Look at how good it looks.
Oh, look at that.
In Europe, I feel like food always looks like the picture.
Got a view of our Vekomas in the distance. We got Colossos Confetti Giganten.
Did we talk about overall, Big Loop already? Cause like...
Oh, we haven't talked about Big Loop yet. So Big Loop, one of the things we're looking forward to the most here because, you know, Vekoma, and we love our Vekomas. Really good.
Running great.
Like, impressively awesome. very smooth, incredibly whippy and powerful to the point where like we rode it. I think the most rode in a row was 2 times without getting off.
Yeah.
It was just a lot. It was a lot.
After the second ride.
Yeah, they realized we were fans. So, oh, you want to ride again? You want to ride again? Here, go to this row. So we rode again. Really nice. Although, because the rest of this park has been pretty anal about like filling trains and where you can sit, and they don't really give you a lot of freedoms. But the Big Loop crew was pretty cute about it. So yeah, overall good stuff. We're gonna have some fries. We're gonna have some burgers. I got some mayonnaise packets because Germany.
That's Big Looping.
We got Big Loop looping around over here. We'll take some more video of it for you guys so you can see some more in this vlog. But overall, good stuff.
So you can see it's not busy today.
It's not that busy today. It's really nice. And the weather is honestly kind of good. Like it is still hoodie weather, but it's hoodie weather with like, you know, sun shining on you. Good stuff. Alrighty, we're gonna eat. Bye. So Limits transfer is actually kind of move for Germany's, but you can walk so close to it.
I bet you can touch it.
You can practice. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to be that person, but yeah, you can totally touch Limits.
I might be that
transfer track.
I probably can't.
No, you're too short. Too short. All right, another ride in the SLC because it was so good earlier. Limit time. Let's go in the back. Back. The walkways underneath Bob are live, as demonstrated by Alex's beautiful hoodie, which is completely covered in also the shit. Please stand still. Babe, please stand still for a second. Here, you get, oh my god, the pollen on his ass. He's gonna attract all the bees tonight. Alright, see if we can get another. Oh, look at this little helix moment. We love to see it. This is pretty much going to be turning into the Bob vlog, because you just drove Bob again, and it is just so spectacularly good. But first, wing coaster action! Whee! So it's gorgeous, great ride. But yes, it's all about Bob for in the front a couple more times. Amazing speed. So imagine you have all this track over here, and then you head into this helix, and then below us is another like super fast helix. It's absolutely crazy, and it's inside the dark. One of my favorite things of any coaster, this park. So awesome. So before Flug der Dämonen was built, which is the wing coaster above us, there was a log flume here. And it's always giving me China vibes, because I've been to a couple parks that had a bunch of abandoned stuff in China, but it's kind of cool. Like the rides remains are all over the place. It's pretty wild. It's awesome. You can walk all around the rides here. The park has so much to see and do. It just involves just walking and seeing and looking and chilling. This is a great angle. Great area. If you're ever down here and you have time to kill, because the park isn't busy like today, go walk around Flug der Dämonen and you get some awesome views for sure. Whee! Speaking of the flume from earlier in the vlog, haha, there is more. There is more to be seen. This is honestly really cool. We love it.
The maintenance bay for this flume appears to have been up here. Someone who worked here or has been growing up here can probably tell me for sure, but this looks like it was the maintenance bay. It has the second parallel flume and then this large building here.
There's a bunch of little stop
Pretty sure
that seem to maybe have held the boats.
Yeah, the station downstairs was just a big roundabout station, so I don't think they did maintenance down there. This obviously seems like it's set up for that.
Rode this tiny little monorail next to us.
It's called the Panorama Van.
It was really cute. It was fun. Nice little relaxing tour of
European
the front
style.
part of the park. Pretty cute. Now we're on our way to the big monorail, which goes underneath and over our
Big
good
loop.
friend Big Loop. That's next. But you were saying?
Well, I was saying, I don't think any American park had a monorail quite like this. It's inline seating. If you look at those cars, it almost looks like an Enterprise car, like a Schwarzkopf Enterprise.
Yeah, Avonturen Park Highlander has one of these.
Yeah, that's the only other one that I've
It's
seen.
really cute. That's my childhood.
In fact, I'm
version of
guessing
it.
that Schwarzkopf, this is either a Schwarzkopf or a Mack product. Maybe Huss, but I'm really thinking Schwarzkopf. This park is big. The
It is really
Panorama
big.
Covers a lot of ground that, like, we've only looked at maybe a handful.
We've gotten mad lucky with the crowds today too.
Yeah.
It's really pleasant. The weather is nice.
It's getting
Not as much sun as I was
cloudy
hoping
now.
for, but
It's definitely sunnier, more.
we're also getting towards the end of the park hours. So our goal now is to, since we've ridden every coaster twice, except for Colossus, the goal is now
Colossus.
to ride the big monorail,
Big
ride
monorail,
Colossus, and then ride
the Mack Ensign,
Golden Blitz,
and maybe the Rapids ride.
and maybe the Rapids ride. So we still have some stuff we gotta get done in the next 2 hours we have left. But I'm sure if we finish the Colossus, we'll be successful. So that's what we're gonna do next. We just finished our day with a ride on Desert Race.
Yeah,
Actually, 3 rides on Desert Race.
We ended up riding Colossus last minute, and then we got a rewrite on it because no one else was in line for our row, which we got lucky because that was the only row that didn't have people waiting for it. So, and then we had like 10 minutes left, and we were like, well, let's go ride Desert Race. It's on the way out.
And he
ended
rode
up getting
Desert Race.
3 rides
3
in
rides.
10 minutes.
So one thing you gotta note is that the park closed at 6, but the rides closed at 5. Pretty typical for a European park. But if you're not aware of it and you just look at the opening times,
Yeah.
you may get caught off guard. So
The good news
and also
is,
there's no English signage saying that it closes
Yeah,
at
no
5.
English
All the
sign.
signage is German. So like good enough I understand what's going on.
but at least they have digital signage throughout the park with various advertisements that include that the rides close at 5, the park closes at 6.
So at least we
Also,
knew that was going on.
It's
Per
worth
train.
noting. While the rides do close at 5, there's a 5-minute grace period, so the queues for the rides close like,
5:05.
yeah,
So
like
maybe because it wasn't busy today, so like, oh, we don't need a whole
Desert
hour to
Race's
cycle out
queue
the
was
trains.
open for 5 minutes after the park closed, which
That's
is how
funny
we
because the
got
park is still quite busy. Like there's people here. Anyway,
Definitely folks walking away from the entrance of the park, despite park's rides being closed.
but yeah, overall, how do we think of the day?
Great visit. Much better than I might have expected from a Merlin park.
Yeah, I
Not
agree.
to say that Merlin parks are bad or anything, but you have to have reasonable expectations for a publicly traded theme park conglomerate that's not even based in this continent. So, well, I guess it's sort of based in this continent, but it's not part of the European Union.
That's right.
But I digress. Plus, based on my 2013 visit here, it kind of felt like the Six Flags park of the bunch, because most of these German parks are independent major parks in the
and very well maintained.
are independent and well maintained.
So overall, the park, all the coasters are running incredibly well. I mean, as you can probably see throughout this vlog, we really enjoyed stuff like Les Meets, which we really didn't expect to be great at all.
Yeah.
And then all coasters, just all of them are running great. So that was a really positive aspect.
Yep.
Most of the park is really nicely landscaped. Look, landscaping.
Yeah.
That's also very obviously European. There's a couple corners of the park though that we kind of want to discuss.
Riding the monorails, both of the monorails, was kind of eye-opening. I mean, here's an area of the park that kind of looks better. There's a lot of areas.
Yeah, there are some areas in the park that really could use some love. There's the Mayan area that has
flat ride area.
It used to have like 6 flat rides. Now there's 2 left.
Its former self. There used to be 7 flat rides in that area of the park. Now there's 2 that were operating, and a 3rd that was closed. But 4 of the flat ride pads are derelict and even walled off from access. So there's like, it's just a shame. There's definitely.
But to be fair, there's still a lot of rides to be enjoyed here. There is a lot of attractions.
But there's definitely just evidence that the park maybe doesn't get the attendance that it used to, or doesn't have the budget that it used to, probably post Merlin. I'm sad that like the observation tower is gone, but the station's still there. And it's really lovely. Great landscaping, like it's beautiful. It looks a lot like the station for Big Loop with glass, like semicircle domes and stuff.
Having said that though, overall, great park.
Oh yeah.
Mostly really nicely maintained, very nicely landscaped. Staff's been awesome. Operations for a day like this have been to be quite good. I mean, they added a 3rd train to Bob Bobsled a couple hours into the day. And they ran that 3rd train all day long. So there was 3 trains running on the bobsled despite them not being busy. I mean, there were times we just walked straight onto the front row. So
even every ride here was a walk-on, no exceptions. So,
yeah, I think the only thing we actually waited for was we waited for Colossos the first time in like 10 minutes.
Second, 3rd times we just walked right on.
So that was literally about it. Everything else we walked on. It was great. So now we're going to head out down to Düsseldorf area, where we'll be visiting Movie Park Germany tomorrow, one of my favorite parks. Not because it's necessarily the greatest park on earth, but just because it's my childhood park.
It's quite a likable park, I think.
So
look forward to vlogging there.
We really enjoyed that. So we'll see you guys there tomorrow. Now we're heading out of Heide Park. A couple hour drive down, another abandoned area for you.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll say goodbye.
Bye.